Well, I think I solved the problem. Sorry about that. I think what happened was that my phone was miraculously connected by Bluetooth to my truck, which is way over there, which is probably why you couldn't hear me. You should be able to hear me now. But yes, Travis is tedding this hay right here. The sound is working now, right? Good. Well, look what we got here. Buddy, I bet you want out, huh? Fortunately, you gotta go back in because we're leaving. We weren't supposed to stay here long. Go in. Go back in. Okay, come on. Come on. He doesn't have it. Rocket, come on. Rocket. Come here, dude. Hey, Caden Meyer. Thanks for that. He's happier up front anyway. So, I put Rocket in the back because we were supposed to be leaving. And I decided to come out here and watch Travis ted this little bit of hay that you see. This is like an acre and a half, if that. So don't get too excited. Dad came out and cut this down because, let me swing around. Dad came out and cut this a few days ago because he wanted to have it cut because we were supposed to be putting in a grain bin here fairly soon. Right behind me, right next to the old 20,000 bushel grain bin. Man, I really do, maybe I should shave tonight. He's getting a little bit too thick. But we're gonna be putting in a grain bin right here, and Dad wanted to cut the hay out before they came in, so that way it was all cut, and you know, there weren't people driving all over the green hay and stuff. So he came out and cut it. Unfortunately, we were gonna go ahead and ted it. Oh, we were going to go ahead and rake it and bale it, but we had tedded it the morning we were planning on making it, and the hay did not dry out fast enough. So unfortunately, that night we waited and waited, and we were waiting to see if it was going to dry up enough to where we could bale it, and there were still some pretty wet spots in it. So we just decided to let it go. It got rained on the last 2 days, and then here we are, because Travis is going through and tedding it again. Hopefully it dries out by tomorrow afternoon where we can do all this, because they're calling for rain again on Saturday. We don't really want to, I mean, the hay has, after it gets rained on, really isn't as good a quality. So we're going to feed these bales out right away. Luckily, it's only this little bit of, this little square. I didn't get any footage of Dad cutting it or anything because it's just this little patch here. And hey guys, we're going out to cut this little acre and a half. So, hey Chad, what's going on? We were just talking about you like half an hour ago. We were like, hey, where's that Chad guy go that we always used to see? Thanks, Christopher Newgrain. I appreciate you saying that. We don't do hay on a farm in central Illinois, only corn and beans. Well, hay keeps things interesting. You know, it's not always just corn and beans. You know, throughout the summer and stuff, if you actually have some hay, if you go out and cut it down, you can go out on four-wheeler rides on those strips. At least we have strips, so. All right. How many bales do we all do a year? It kind of depends on the number of bales that we need. A few hundred. I know that Travis does custom work or custom baling every now and then. I actually did a little bit last year, I think. Just for like, I think it was like 15 acres, if that. But usually, I know we did a lot of fodder bales actually. Yeah, it just really depends. A couple hundred. How heavy do you guys make the round bales? Well, we got to keep them kind of light, because if we make them too heavy, then the Bobcat can't handle it. So we try to keep it right around that 5.5 foot range. Would you do pig farming? Probably not. Not a big pig fan myself. People do grow tobacco around us. We don't. Hey, first time watching you. I think I'm going to subscribe. Well, thanks, Logan. I appreciate it. Welcome to the farming club. We're all farmers around here. What brand of shoes do you recommend for around the farm? I wear Georgia Boot. They seem pretty reliable for me. Back when we were milking, I used to have to change them every 6 months, but I switched to Georgia Boot and then we quit milking, and I only have to change them out like every year, so I've just kind of stuck with Georgia Boot. Thanks, Judah Hemmons. I appreciate you just subscribing. What's going to be your next equipment purchase? Not totally sure. We have to kind of wait to see where this goes before we consider buying anything. Honestly, I've been saying this for a while, and I was actually looking into it for a while there. If I ever do buy a tractor, well, I know I will, but when I do, it's probably going to be like a 4960 or something a little bit smaller, because, you know, we always say that overkill is underrated, but honestly, I really think we could use another chore tractor around here, because there's a lot of times where like the 76 and the 4020 are already hooked up to other things, and we need another tractor. So it would be nice just to have another one that we could, you know, go out and like mow grass with, like with the Rhino stuff. So, got 14 tractors. How many is too many? We used to have 13 at one point. So, I mean, I know that more tractors is better than less. So, will you ever try out a tractor loader backhoe? I'd like to. Ever plant Milo? I don't. I'm not totally sure if I've seen a whole lot of that. How'd you get a farm like that? My grandpa bought it in the 50s, and he and my grandma just passed away a few years ago. Dad's got it now. This is the main farm. From a different angle, actually. I don't usually film the main farm from this angle. This is where we're hosting the farm day for this year. So if you're interested in the farm day, be sure to go to our website, howfarmswork.com. It is closing in. It's on June 23rd. So, would you buy an old big rig like a 1970 or 1980 big rig if you could use it and haul grain and haul tractors around? If it was reliable, maybe, I guess. When will you do another 360 video? I was actually just thinking about that. I'm thinking that I'm going to do another 360 video very soon, because I just got a computer that can handle it. My last one could not handle it. I spent like 4 days editing the footage for when I did that last time, and it was just, yeah. Is farming stressful for you? Not really. I'd say like the more stressful part about farming is the financial side and making sure that you have enough money to keep farming. Not much, Juan. What's up? Will you ever get goats? Probably someday, honestly. New drone's working good. When I do use it, doesn't get out much, because basically every time I've filmed so far, I've been on location. So, are you going to do another drone video of your farm and surroundings? I've been thinking about doing another one, even just like a scouting video to show you guys the progress of the crops. Because my video that's coming out tomorrow, I shot like a week ago. And then Sunday's video, I shot, well, actually, yeah, they're both shot about a week and a half ago. And then after that, I'm basically all caught up, because I really haven't been filming all that much lately. So, I'm going to have to start filming some more stuff to stay ahead. There is nothing on your website about the farm day. Go into the official store tab. I think if you go over to store, it's under official store or clothing maybe. When's that farming simulator video happening? I recorded it, but I didn't upload it, unfortunately. I should do it again sometime. It was pretty funny the last time I played it, but I didn't post it because I was worried that people were going to be like, oh, don't get enough farming during the day. But, yeah, it's whatever. Yes, I am from Potosi, Wisconsin, which is the southwestern corner. Are you going to do an update on your new lawnmower? Just wait for tomorrow. Thanks for subscribing, Raymond. I appreciate it. I'm probably not going to the Dyersville Farm Toy Show. I don't believe I was invited to be hosted, and I'm not one to go around and just pay for myself to be at events, you know. I prefer to be hosted at things like that. So, what kind of hardware are you using in your computer? A 1080 Ti and an octa-core CPU. Okay. Thanks for subscribing, farming, faming, and riding with Simon, Anthony, and Luke. I play it in the winter when I can't be in the field. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Was your dad 100% supportive of your videos in the beginning, or did he think it was a waste of time? Dad was kind of, always a little bit supportive of me because I kind of was like, hey, you know, like, I kind of gave him my perspective on it. Like, you know, there's not a whole lot of farming videos on YouTube right now, even online. So I'm like, if I upload videos on like this, you know, eventually I'll start getting paid for it. Over time, it'll build, and that's what it did. But that was back when there's no farming videos on YouTube, and it's getting to be a pretty hot topic lately. Thanks for subbing, Mikey Letson. Casey Crope. Thanks for saying that I'm your favorite YouTuber. Appreciate it. You're getting a nasty storm tonight, April Haley. Ooh, good luck. Thanks for subscribing, Jeanette Kurth. You haven't said anything lately about Jamie. No, but don't worry about it. Well, I will soon enough. Ooh. Thanks, Drive on Guard. It's the beard. Farmall. Well, she just finished school today, so today was her last day. So maybe you'll start seeing her some more. Thomas Stegmuller. He's not reading my comments. Joke's on you. That's the first comment of yours that I saw. What kind of seed do you buy and plant? Agrigold. I've done DeKalb up till recently. NK. Dairyland. Those are a few examples of what we've planted this year. Well, I appreciate you having been subscribed for a while now, Jack. How far away does Travis live? About a mile down the road. Never been to Europe. Was planning to this summer, but things kind of got railroaded, and I wasn't able to go. Well, I'm not going to be able to go, I should say. Not much. Grim the Noble. What's up? Thanks for joining us, Norm. Upload farm sim? Okay, maybe I'll do a video of it then. Would you take the duals off the 4960, or would you use it with the duals? Good question, actually. If I were to get a 4960, honestly, I would probably leave the duals on it for the majority of the time. Being as it's a 4960, it probably wouldn't have a 540 in it, so there's not a whole lot that I really could use it for. Anything that we could use the 46 for. Expecting a better growing season. Things are actually looking pretty good this year. The crop is looking fantastic. Let's go for a little ride. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Bloomington Livestock because we go there all the time. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there for the Auctioneer Championship. I was thinking about going and filming it, but I'm not totally sure if I'm going to do that. So, what is the end result of your corn when you sell it? You're going to have to be more specific, Kentucky Farmer Man. Like, what is it used for? It's mostly used for ethanol and livestock feed, and a portion of it gets made into human food, particularly high fructose corn syrup. Are you taking first cut of hay off yet? Actually, This is technically first crop, but it got rained on, and it's just like an acre and a half. It's not really anything. It's just where we're going to be having parking for the farm day. So, are you going to sell the old lumber and tin from the corn crib when you tear it down, or just junk it? I mean, we would be interested in selling it if someone was interested in buying it. Problem is finding a market for it. Things are going good in Wisconsin, Thomas. Subscriber since 50,000 subs. Thanks, Nolan. What's your dream lineup of tractors? If I had to say a list of dream tractors, I don't know. I really liked our 2955. I really liked our 4440. I really want a 4960. 4640 because we already have it, and it's a beast. So, I mean, that would probably be in the lineup. What else? Newer tractors. Probably a 7810, a 8R of any size. I really like that 8370, but I always say 8400 because usually when I get asked that, money isn't an issue. And then, of course, a 9RX. And probably a 7R because why not, right? Can you fix the old silo? That one? It would cost more to fix than to just build a new one. Put some color in this beard, yeah. When will I build a grain bin for myself? Once I have the ground to build on, because you cannot, or at least I cannot, build on any ground that's not mine. I would build it out at my place, but since that's not in my name, I couldn't just build on it. I am going to be selling little mason jars of corn at the farm day if you're coming. Jamie just had her last day of school today. I've answered this question like 20 times. Older 7Rs are awful, but newer gen are good. Actually, you're not the first person to tell me that, Stagmite 11RS. I did hear that like the early 7Rs had a heap of problems. Oh, well, thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. I'm actually making money from the super chat now, fortunately. So I used to tell people to never like send in money via super chat because I never used to get paid for it, but now I do because I'm no longer in my MCN. Unfortunately, I mean, they were pretty good to me, but will you take down the busted grain bin? I wouldn't doubt it. Are you ready for the farm day? No, I'm not ready for the farm day. We're still planning the logistics of it. I'm going to start making phone calls tomorrow now because I keep saying tomorrow, but never get around to it. So things that I got to plan for the farm day is we're setting up food. That's probably kind of a big concern right now. I have to make a call on any more of the vendors who are planning on setting up for it. I have to call and ask about the porta potties. I don't know if I listed that one already. And then I have to call on a bouncy house. Maybe. People keep joking about the bouncy house. When is the farm day going to be? I want to go because I would love to meet you in real life. It is one of those hopes to meet you, man. Well, I hope I can meet you too, Jack. Keep a close eye on my website. I try to keep it up to date on like any events and stuff that I have going on. I was planning on going to the dairy breakfast coming up here. That's up in Middleton, I guess. So. Oh, Wes sounds like he's coming too. I'm not totally sure on that though. I haven't checked in with him recently. Oh, also, I just want to kind of help Wes out. So if you guys haven't checked out our Instagram, be sure to go to our Instagram and like this picture of a little maple syrup bottle. I'm going to be doing something a little special for it, other than what I said in the description. And I kind of really want to do it, just to kind of bring awareness to the subject. So be sure to go to my Instagram, go to How Farms Work, at How Farms Work on Instagram, and just give it a like. We're 300 likes away, almost to the 5,000 mark. So two things. One, how many acres do you own? I personally don't own any acres myself. I rent all of the ground that I run, mostly because the competition for ground in our area is just beyond belief. There was 100 acres up here literally like a mile north of the farm, and they sold for, there were several sections of it, and they sold for 1 million acres each. Jamie did not dump me, Jerome. Is it dry there? No, it's not dry. We could use some more rain though, honestly, because we've been getting some rain, but it hasn't really soaked down in. It's still dry underneath. I mean, the hay looks like it's getting pretty thick. It needs to be cut, but it's been raining on and off so much we just haven't been able to cut it. Funny Boy 12375 at How Farms Work. Have you ever thought about turning your farm into a map on farming simulator like Welker Farms is doing? Yeah, there are actually several different people who are working on a How Farms Work farm sim map. I haven't heard from any of them about it, but I'm pretty sure Welker Farms is actually making, I think it might be them who's making it. So, how many silos do you have? Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the actual silos, not including the grain bins. I don't consider them silos. Are you going to the Farm Science Review Show in Ohio in September? Possibly if I get invited to it, but unfortunately I have not been invited to that yet. So I'm gonna go out to my 11-acre field, take the truck out. So I'm sorry if I don't read your comments for like the next minute while I drive out there. But like the Rhino Ag hat, need to ask them to make a hat about the beast. Oh yeah. This is actually like my favorite hat right now. Just because it conforms to my big head so well. So, drive with me. Woo! Should I gun it? I'm gonna gun it. So yeah, I'm not reading any of the comments right now, so I'm sorry if you're commenting. Driving's more important. Why is the camera backwards? Yes, I read that one. So we're coming up on my field right now. It's literally right down the road from the main farm. You'll see it off in the distance. It's that green patch. Let's go out and have a look at her. That way Rocky can get out. He's kind of looking at me with a scowl on his face right now. All right, Rocket, you ready? You ready? What's that? Huh? Go get him. Go get him. He's like, go get who? He's kind of freaking out right now. Hey, get off. Get off the seat. Come on. Woof. All right, back to answering questions. Hey Josh, what's going on? When will you bale hay? Well, we're probably going to be tomorrow afternoon, but I don't think I'm going to get any footage of that just because it's only like 1.5 acres. I said earlier, when it's only like 1 acre, I don't really see much use in making a whole video about it. So this is my 11-acre cornfield. It's actually looking pretty good, I will admit. Look at the singulation on this. Andrew wanted me to mention something about the precision E-sets and the planter. Can't remember everything that he said about it, but basically just to mention how good the singulation looks. And I will admit that it does look much better than previous years. So, how many cows did you use to milk? Daddy knows how many we used to milk total. We used to milk across several different farms. They were all my grandpa's. Towards the end, we were milking like 60. So, when will you pick corn? Starting in October, probably. Unless it's a dry year like 2012, then it could be much sooner. Yep, my truck is a diesel. Rocket! Oh, God, I lost him. Oh, there he is. Rocket! Come on, dude. Just a good old boy. So, yeah, the singulation is pretty good out here. I saw someone ask, gaps in rows, plants missing. I mean, maybe over there it was, because on this side of the field in particular, there is a lot of compaction over there. And this fall, I'm actually going to run through with the chisel plow and chisel plow all this, because it hasn't been chiseled in 2 years. And it's going to be 3, I think, by the time this fall rolls around. So, but the corn's looking really good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves unfurled. Looking pretty decent. So, this is random, but I'm a bit disoriented by that truck. Is it right-hand or left-hand drive, or is it just a trick of the camera? It probably was just a trick of the camera. I'm sorry if it was reversed. YouTube kind of messes things up when it's outputting from my phone, so. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be present for a cornfield fire. I've always wondered that, just how fast a cornfield would burn, because if you've ever burned corn fodder, that stuff lights up, like it goes. So, oh, sounds like someone else is showing off. But yeah, I am really happy with this. Let's pop a squat. Ugh. I'm outstanding in my field. I mean, largest single field of any one crop is probably 60 acres. And I think that's actually the one that I run. Dad runs 40 down at Travis's place. We replaced the 4640, not unless we need to. This is an 11 acres. Why did you choose this job? Because this is what I was born into. How many acres do you work this year? I think I'm running 70 acres of corn and 60 acres of beans, plus all of my cattle, which I'm actually up to 20. I'm actually up to 20 cows now, actual cows. So that's pretty good considering I'm up 6 from last year. A lot of people will go, oh, you're only running 20 cows. That's not much. No, but it is pretty good when you factor in that I haven't purchased any of those cows. I just started with, like 1 or 2. And actually no. I started with Rosie. Mom gifted me her back when we were milking cows. Just because I think she thought she was cute or something. Also, I helped Travis raise some and he gave me 2 as well. So I actually started with 3. And then that has got me where I'm at now. So, coming up here in the shade. Hopefully the bugs aren't gonna be so bad. And of course they are. Looking forward to seeing you at the farm day. Do you like the rhino stuff? That's the vet that my uncle delivered to you. Yeah, I love the rhino stuff. I'm glad we got it. If I wasn't half a state away from you, I'd talk to your boss about rolling our beans. Well, I would appreciate that if you could have done it. So this is probably all gonna get cultivated. Dad is over at the main farm cultivating right now. I'm gonna hop back in the truck just because I'm afraid of opening my mouth. When I was filming tomorrow's video, I was talking and a bug flew right into my mouth. So I figure it's probably just better just to go back to the truck. Hey, Bailey Peterson. What's up, Hans Peterson? You guys have extremely similar names. How many cows do you plan on for the future? Well, my current goal right now is to get up to 50 actual cows and then go from there. I think that 50 is a pretty reasonable goal. Are you one time buying a new combine? What? Rocket, come on, dude. Rocket, come on. Come on, dude. Rocket. Come on. Good boy. Tuck your tail in. Hey, there you go. Ryan, would you guys ever consider purchasing an older 9000 series for disking? Yes, we would. I've never really done a look under the hood. Can you do an outtakes bloopers video? I mean, I was planning on putting that blooper in tomorrow's video, so I'm not totally sure if I'm going to. We'll see. This one's for you truck fanatics out there. Getting a little dusty. So, that's a nice truck. Thanks. Hey, buddy. Time out. All right. Would you ever buy a different tractor other than John Deere? Probably, for the right price. The only reason we keep with John Deere is because it's what we know. And we also have some experience with newer New Hollands. We know that they're pretty good, so. Rocket is a golden retriever. My head. We do plant GMO. Looking forward to seeing you at the farm day, farming, faming, and riding. We don't have the New Holland anymore. That was only a demo. We had it for like a month, which was probably like one of the better months that we've had. It was nice having a new tractor like that on the farm. What is your favorite candy? Reese's. Jeez, why you gotta yell at me? So I'm gonna drive back home. So I just drove down the road, and basically if you keep driving down this road, then you can see my place. Yo, Mikey. Oops, speeding. You didn't see that. If you could be anything besides a farmer, what would you be? I honestly don't know. Probably a full-time photographer and videographer, because I pretty much established that is like my calling. I don't know. I really like have a. I really enjoy farming or photography and videography as well. So I'd probably do like freelance work. I'm not totally sure. I got offered a bank manager position a while back up in La Crosse for, it was over 90,000 a year. If I wasn't a farmer, I would have taken that because that's good money. Go the net. All right, so. What? You're acting like you're hot or something. If I was the only person alive on Earth, what would I do? Don't you want to answer my question, Chris? I do if I saw it. Unfortunately, I haven't been watching the comments too closely because A, I couldn't see very well when I was out in my field, and B, I'm driving. If I was the only person alive on Earth, what would I do? I would, I don't know, probably walk around until I found everybody else's farm equipment and then just kept farming. What camera do I run? I run a number of different cameras. One is confidential. I run sometimes DSLRs, my photography cameras. Otherwise, it's mostly just action cameras like GoPros. I will put it. I could see myself going back to the Louisville Farm Show again this next year. Every time I've gone, it's been a big hit, especially with people. Last time we went, it was quite a crowd we had going. So Yo, Ryan, you're too cool to be alive. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Do you think you could work full-time and farm like your father? Someday I hope to be, but right now it's just kind of, I'm doing the photography thing because, well, I enjoy that, and I want to keep doing it. I do want to farm full-time. I don't care. Time out. Time out. Do you make a reasonable profit from renting the land? Some years. Last year I did not, but there were certain reasons as to why I did not last year. Otherwise, I would have made a profit from running the crops. Typically, I do make anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000, depending on how much we run, if not more. Rocket, why are you panting? It's air conditioned in here. I can't see the button to flip the camera around. There we go. Jamie just finished her last day of school today, as a matter of fact. Have you ever considered picking ear corn again for cattle feed? We do on our farm, and it makes great feed. Like actual picked, like ear corn? Probably not. We would just feed out regular corn and use this like a steer stuffer. Do you want out? I mean, I don't think it'll be any nicer out there, but... Have you gotten in trouble for copyright issues in the past, or has it been clear sailing? I carefully navigate copyright to not get in trouble most times. Usually in the past I did get in quite a bit of trouble with the whole copyright thing, but they actually provided me with resources that I could use to know whether or not I can use a video and what I can use it for. So how many beef bulls and steers do you have? Well, we just sold all of them, so not much. We just had all of Dad's calves are down at Travis's place. We don't know how many of what we have of those, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Rocket does have a coat on, but it's also air conditioned in here. So, do you feel blessed to live the life you do? Chris Davies. Yes, I do, actually. Very. Brian, I want to go to the Marines and then NICC, then I hope I can work in farm full time. That's a very reasonable goal. Gold Star, I do not watch Gold Rush. I've heard of it. Don't watch it. I really don't watch much TV. Don't have much time, unfortunately. How can you be a farmer? Working hard, staying in school, learning the system, as in the agriculture systems, and starting small and working your way up. It's basically what I'm doing, starting small and just working up. Luckily, I have Dad who can, provide me like places to put my cattle and stuff. Otherwise, I would have to like rent. But, it's just something else that I got to be thankful for, because not everybody else is so lucky. How many acres do we farm? Total, 1,200 acres. If you get back into chopping, would you get a pull behind or a drive chopper? Probably a pull behind chopper again, because they're cheaper. Who do you vote for? I'm not going to delve into politics. I'm sorry. Let's just say that in the last election, I didn't really favor the Democrats that much, just because of who they voted for. Is your farm making money? Yes, it is. Where do we farm? Potosi, Wisconsin. What kind of skid steer would you buy? A Bobcat S something. I haven't been looking at Bobcats for a while. Why do you drive the older trucks and not your Denali? Well, when we haul stuff around, usually we use the older trucks because as far as like the trailers and stuff, the trailers aren't set up for this truck. We have to extend the tongues on them, which is a pretty hard thing to do, because the last time we did, we basically bent the heck out of the tongue on the trailer. So we haven't been really pushing to do it. I can do it. It's just that when I get on the right slope, like I can't go down to Travis's with it, basically, or else it'll hit the truck bed. Weather's looking pretty good today. They are calling for rain again this weekend. Thanks, Zach. I hope you have a good day too. Gold Star, I'm putting you in timeout once more. Third strike and you're out. Sorry, buddy. 2 more hauling videos with your truck. Yeah, I would if like I just explained why I don't. Which piece of equipment is your favorite out of everything? The 8235R and the Earthmaster 3000 vertical tillage tool. I love running those. A lot of fun. Thanks, Kuster R. Jensen. Love this channel and your videos. I work on a farm in Norway, milking cows, and it's interesting to see how your farms work. I would love to visit a farm in Norway. We're considering going there this summer, but I think I'm going to just omit that. I heard that you're not supposed to get newer trucks undercoated, Blazer, mostly because supposedly the way that they're manufactured now doesn't require an undercoating, and it can actually make your truck rust out faster if you do it. Don't know if it's true or not, but it's what I've heard. So, do you ever plan to finish your steers? Well, we don't ever really make plans. Generally we sell feeder steers, and those are supposed to be around 500 pounds, but typically they're usually around 600 to 700 when we actually get around to selling them, just because they do sell for more. So, would you rather run a Case IH turbo till or a VT? They're basically the same thing. Yeah, but we run a turbo till over a rice stubble. Well, I'm pretty sure the Earthmaster is kind of based off of Case IH's vertical tillage tool. I think they like took their design and kind of improved on it. So, I mean, I guess I'd rather run. I don't know what it would be like to run an actual Case IH turbo till. So I guess I would like to, but. Are you going to delete your truck? Yes, possibly when the warranty is up. Is the 7600 same frame as the 7810? It is the larger frame, so I think it is. Don't quote me on it though. I'm pretty sure it is. Do you have a herbicide and pesticide license? Yes. The tests are super easy. Travis and I went and got ours a couple years ago. Very, very easy. Basically, they just make sure that you know what you're doing. And, you know, don't do stupid stuff like don't stick your boom out over the neighbor's field or in the neighbor's yard. Would you pick a Ford or a Chevy to drive and haul? Probably a Chevy, because this thing's a GMC. Let's have a look. So the best mileage I've ever got with this truck is 27 miles to the gallon. This stream's actually doing pretty good. Got 22% oil life left. 226 mile range. Those are my trip meters. There's the mileage I got on the truck. Yes, the Silverado is basically a Sierra. They're basically the same truck. Will you ever come to Arizona? I would love to someday. Why do you go from side to side in the pickup? Side to side. You're gonna have to be more specific. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna only stream for a few more minutes, so if you feel like dropping out, don't feel too bad. I am 25 years old. Is this chat full of Scandinavians or what? Knew of a guy that decided he had enough of the neighbor's flower garden, stuck the boom in the yard, and turned on the end section. Ooh, that's a good way to get a lawsuit. Unless he's your friend, but that's usually not a good thing to do. Towners are particularly, we call people who live in town towners. I don't know why. Will I ever come to Minnesota? I mean, probably. It's right next door, but I actually don't go to Minnesota too often. Usually I go to like Illinois and Iowa the most. Even like, I've never really gone north that much. Back in high school, I went up to the upper peninsula of Michigan, but I've been to Ohio a couple times. How old is your dad? Dad and mom are roughly in their late 50s. 56, 57, somewhere in there. Travis is 29. Alicia's 31. I don't keep close track on their ages. Was a friend. They were having a bit of a time growing and we're probably going to die anyway. Okay. When you flip the camera on the foam, it looks to us that you swap insides of the car. That's what he means. Oh, yeah. Why? So I'm not totally sure if to you I'm on the right side or the left side right now. When I flip, you guys should be able to read this. If you can't, then that means that, well, the camera's flipped. This is my hay harvest beard, basically. We've hardly started. So I'm probably going to run in and actually shave it right now before I go take a shower. So, yeah, at least you probably will kill me for telling your age. That's why I took a guess. Never been to Canada. Really want to, though. Favorite implement to use? The Earthmaster 3000 vertical tillage tool. Another thing about the Denali is it's almost like the High Country Silverado. When I went and bought this one, they told me that the GMCs are typically like $2,000 more. And I've been in both GMCs and Silverados. I think personally that, and I've heard this in the past, that GMCs are typically held to a higher standard than Silverados are. Stress testing and whatever else that they do at the factory, typically they do tend to put the higher end parts in the GMCs. This is what I've heard. Not totally sure if it's true or not. Dash is okay. Flipped looks like an English truck. Yeah, that's why I guess even to me it does look like I'm sitting. So, yeah. Pick rocks yet? Nope. Didn't really pick many rocks this summer, or this spring, I should say. I would go to Delaware. Should I start wearing my hat like this? Oh no, that's awful. How about like this? That's even worse. All right. Going to Missouri next week. Can I stop by if I have the time? Depends when you stop. June is a particularly hairy month for us. We've got a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of like meetings and stuff, especially. Like I'm currently going to be doing a sponsorship here pretty soon for a local company. And it just kind of depends. I mean, my schedule isn't really set in stone. This is the GMC 3500. This is a 1-ton truck. Will you ever plant dry edible beans? I mean, I don't really see us doing that unless it's in a garden. So I'm probably going to just draw this stream to a close. Would you smoke a cigar? No, probably not. Wear your hat straight and keep your pants pulled up. I try. Is there a reason you and Travis don't really promote each other's channels anymore, or each other's much? Well, Travis always tells me that he wants his own subscribers and not really to, take mine, so. GMC and Chevy are the same truck. Yeah, they basically are. I'm sorry, Farmall Fanatic. If you have a question, email me, howfarmswork@gmail.com. I'll try to respond to it if you email me in like the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, I can't because there's just too many emails. Just slightly different trim packages. Yep. How many acres do you run your cattle on? Well, this farm has like 150 acres of pasture, and Travis's has like another 100. Or maybe it's switched around. I think this one actually has 100, and Travis's has 150. So, if you're interested, I could send you a video from where I work and see what it looks like. I would like that, actually. Send me videos on Snapchat. I still open tons of Snapchats. I don't really respond as much as I used to because there's just so many people for me to respond to. I feel like I tick people off because I open them but I don't respond to them. That's because I don't have enough time. I mean, when I respond to every single comment, I can only open like a couple messages here and there. It might be early to ask, but what type of semi would you like to have? A Peterbilt. Hey Michael, I'm sorry if you just joined the stream. I'm about to end it. Would you like some of this rain from down south? Sure. We could use a little bit more. GMC's a 2017. Would you ever build one of those huge 1,000 cattle buildings? Probably not. Mostly for, I mean, then we would be a CAFO, and I'm not big on being a CAFO, personally. Does your cousin still drive a truck? I think so. Yes, he does. Robert. Do you ever get into trouble with your dad when you were working on your phone while you were on your phone while working? No, because my phone is actually like my other job. So, but by like staying on my phone, I mean, I kind of have to be. It's not really something that I can get off of because I'm on the phone all the time. You guys have no idea. I'm sure you can actually imagine, but it's just nuts. I used to be one of those people who are like, I love being on computer and stuff just like that. And now it's just like my phone rings all the time. It's just like I wish I could just turn my phone off and then chuck it out in the cornfield. Some days, not every day, but it's just my phone like is always ringing off the hook. That's why I prefer text over. Would you ever get an air drill? Maybe someday. So anyway, the questions are starting to slow down, which is what I expected because I said I was ending the live stream. So, are there any tree farms up here? There are some like Christmas tree farms. There are like actually just on the opposite side of this farm. I'm pretty sure that's like a tree farm because they use it for hunting, but I'm pretty sure they do raise trees on it because all the trees are planted in a straight row. Can you help me at all starting a YouTube channel? Try to come up with unique ideas. Try to do things that other people haven't thought of. There's a lot of things out there that I haven't done yet, and it's up to you guys to find them because if I don't, I mean, I'm planning on doing some of them. So sounds like somebody's cutting the hay. Maybe a plane just flew over me. How much money does your farm make? Depends on the year. I don't have access to mom and dad's financials, and I wouldn't share them because they aren't mine. But they do, in the end, make money off of it. So, can you add me on Snapchat, Aaron Buckeye? I mean, possibly if you add me. I just kind of add people at random, and then once they go, they're gone. Would you consider replacing the 82 with a tracked 8000 series or just buying a tractor outright? That's actually a pretty good question. People ask me, all the time if we'd replace the 4640 or the 4020 or the 76. I think we would replace the 76 eventually, but I don't know whether Travis will ever sell it just because it is his first tractor, But the 82, I could really see us selling and getting something else just because of it not having enough horsepower. So, yeah, I'm sure there is a big difference between European and American farming. Why didn't you buy a dually with a flatbed? I hate the look of dualies, and even more so with flatbeds. Plus, I needed a truck that I could like store my camera equipment in whenever I go places, and then I could haul stuff around with also. So, are you personally profitable yet on the farming side of your career? I've always been profitable as far as I've been farming. I did a video a while back that shows like how much I was in the red last year just on the crop side. But I mean, just because I showed, I lost like $5,000 last year on the crops doesn't mean that I didn't make money. I did sell cattle. I did do some custom work, and I don't know. It's not like right now farming is my main thing. Mostly because, Travis and I even are just starting out. We don't really have the equity going for us yet. We're renting ground, we're building up, and then hopefully sometime in the future, we can continue to expand. So I hear they're making a map for Farming Simulator of your farm. Yeah, me too. Let me know when you find it. Why can you run the haybine with the 82 but not the Rhino mower? The Rhino mower is a 540. The haybine is a 1000 PTO. Do not replace the 4640. I don't think we're planning on it. That corn you feed the cows, can people eat that corn? Refined they can. Yellow corn, people can't eat outright. There's actually a big rumor going around about how detrimental eating straight up corn is for cattle. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's just like, first of all, the cattle that do get fed straight corn typically aren't going to live long enough to develop any problems anyway. And even if, they do, or even if basically it's not a non-issue as far as them developing issues because people always say how like you can't feed cattle straight corn because it's so detrimental to their bodies. Well, they love the stuff, and it makes them grow pretty fast and pretty healthy. So the 82-35 hours shared. What's better, crops or livestock? Right now, the crop or the livestock market is better in my opinion. But honestly, since corn has been going up, that means that cattle prices have been going down. So, first tractor I ever drove by myself was the 4020 with someone the 2955. Do you like the AC seats in the truck? I love them. Don't use them all that often. We were considering chipping the 82. Andrew, do you grow cotton or peanuts? No, I'm pretty sure that's not the right kind of climate. I never see anything like that up here. I know that we're not in the right zone for cotton. So why don't you side dress in the spring after the corn is planted? I don't know if you've seen any of our videos from last year, but we actually just put a unit on the cultivator that allows us to side dress. So we've actually been doing that the last 2 years. What change would you make to your farming type? Like, would you ever do dairy if it was profitable again? If it was very profitable, maybe. But the thing with that is that it probably won't ever be. And farming is one of those things where you have to keep... Oh, it's them over there. They have a haybine running over there. I should go stand on the road and then record them. Because technically you can't, like, record anybody on their own property, but you can stand from the road. So I could get some video of him running. But yeah, any more demos in the future? I think so. I'm actually pretty well counting on that sometime this summer or fall. You have a great day too, guys. We've got a bunch of cows that can't keep out barley. They keep knocking fence down, digging through the dirt to get at it. Yeah, cows can do that. Hemp can be grown in Wisconsin. This is actually the first year that they just legalized it. They can awfully stupid. What kind of camera do you use? Action cameras, GoPros, that kind of thing. Ever thinking of putting up corn silage? Yes. All right. I do miss Big Blue. I'm going to draw this video to a close. And with that, I will let you all go. Like I said, it's just kind of playing the waiting game as far as making hay goes. We did make that little 1 acre patch, but I didn't make any videos on it just because we're actually going to start cutting hay like on Monday. So anyway, I appreciate you guys all watching. Be sure to check out our website, howfarmerswork.com. Go to the store, the official store, and go in there. Look at the farm day tickets if you're interested in coming. Pretty simple. Be sure to check us out on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook as well. I'm also on Twitter. Don't really use Twitter as much, but I don't know, just one of those things. If you want to follow us on all our avenues, feel free to do so. So, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.